Okay, are we on?
We sure are.
Okay, welcome to the city of China Grove. This is the November 18th, 2020 docket. Before we get started, just a little information and instructions that I want to give y'all. Please understand that we are live streaming on YouTube. So do not give out any personal information that you do not wish to get out. If we need some personal information, we will put you in a breakout room, or we will reach out to you by phone so we can get the information that we need. These are legal proceedings for those individuals that are observing on YouTube or on today's docket. There is no recording of legal proceedings. Okay, just a few instructions before we get started. When I call your name, the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to read the charges that are filed against you. Before we can do anything, I need to take a plea from you. Now, the three pleas that you need to be concerned with is one, your plea of guilty, where you admit the charges filed against you, your plea of not guilty, where you deny the charges filed against you, or your plea of no contest, where you neither admit it nor deny it. You just want to take care of the business before the court. There really is no distinction for our purposes here between the guilty plea and the no contest plea. The only time that you'll see it come into play, and unless it fits in your situation, but let's say, for example, you get cited for running a red light and you have an accident. Well, if you enter a plea of guilty, they can use that against you in a civil case. Whereas if you plead no contest, they cannot use that against you. They would have to actually prove that you ran the red light. But like I said, for our purposes, there really is no distinction. Now, for everyone out there, these cases are Class C misdemeanors, which means that they are criminal in nature. And you have certain constitutional rights. Now, the most important rights is one, you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything to incriminate yourself. So if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, that is incriminating yourself. So if you intend to plead not guilty, we'll just enter a not guilty plea. The next right is that you have a right to plead not guilty and have a trial in front of a judge or a jury. You have the right to bring in witnesses to testify on your behalf with regard to the citation, and you have the right to cross-examine the state's witnesses with regard to the citation. By pleading guilty or no contest, you are giving up those rights. Now, if you want a jury trial, you will be required to make two appearances. One appearance is a pretrial conference. The purpose of that is to address any legal issues that need to be addressed. The second setting is the actual trial, and that's where we bring in citizens from the city of China Grove that would sit in judgment. It's extremely important that you show up for that, because if you do not, there will be warrants issued for your arrest. And if you miss your jury trial date, the court may assess the cost against you, regardless of the outcome of the case. Now, if you want a trial in front of a judge, we are going to put your case on a non-jury docket, and we'll try your case before the court. Now, if you have a commercial driver's license and you received a moving violation, the only two options that I have for you is either pay the fine or plead not guilty and take it to trial. Now, if you are under the age of 25 and you want your case dismissed, you will be required to take a defensive driving class. For everyone else, there's two ways to get a ticket dismissed. The least expensive way is to do a defensive driving if it's a moving violation. The second way is what we call probation. Deferred disposition is the legal term, but all it means is probation. If I do grant probation, and certainly discretionary with the court, you will be required to pay a special expense fee, and you will be put on probation anywhere from 1 day to 180 days. And as long as you don't receive a similar violation, then the case will be dismissed. If your case is dismissed either by taking the defensive driving class or deferred disposition, any dismissed cases will not be reported to the Department of Public Safety. Now, if you're here and you want to pay the fine or fine, but you don't have the money, let me know. We will do a time pay. What that basically means is that we will give you 30 days to pay the fine or fines. If you pay them, then you've satisfied your obligation. However, if you do not, we will put you on a time payment plan, minimum of $50 a month, and there will be a time payment fee added of $15 if the offense occurred after September 1st, 2019. Okay, with that, I think we're ready to go. Now, for those, everyone that's on today's docket, if you'll raise your right hand, I'm going to administer an oath to y'all. And then I'm going to go through each one, and I'm going to get confirmation that you acknowledge taking the oath by giving me a thumbs up. Okay, here we go. Everybody's hands up. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give in this call will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Nicolasa Sandoval Rodriguez, do you acknowledge taking the oath? Give me a thumbs up if you do. Very good. Thank you, ma'am. Trevon Arnold, you acknowledge taking the oath, sir. If you can give me a thumbs up, great. Thank you. Joshua, you can put it down. Ms. Rodriguez, you can put it down now. Mr. Joshua Bennett, you acknowledge taking the oath, sir. Thank you, sir. You can put your hands down. Sean Sterling, do you acknowledge taking the oath, sir? Mr. Sterling, do you acknowledge taking the oath? If you'll give me, very good. Thank you, sir. Elizabeth McInnes, thank you, ma'am. Juan Lopez, you acknowledge taking the oath. I don't see that. There you go. Thank you, sir. Philip Pacheco, do you acknowledge taking the oath? I need a thumbs up if you acknowledge it, sir. Very good. Thank you. Kendall Shamrad, do you acknowledge taking the oath? Very good. Thank you, ma'am. And then the person with ending in 4AC, and I just lost his video, and there he is. Can you hear me, sir? Okay, Clarissa, we still can't hear him.
Oh, and I tried the chat room and he's not responding to the chat room, so I'm not real sure what to do with him.
Okay, for all those that are on the audio, I will ask you individually if acknowledge taking the oath. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Mr. Mead, let's go ahead and go to Mr. Gilliam.
Gilliam, Your Honor, yes.
Okay, and y'all have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, let me start off by explaining to the court that this plea bargain is contingent upon him providing a valid driver's license and proof of insurance when he comes to pay for the probation fee. And he's 19 years old, so on the red light ticket, I'm gonna recommend 90 days deferred, $300 conditioned upon him taking a driver's safety course. On the failure to maintain insurance, I'm gonna recommend in return for plea of guilty, 6 months probation. For $300 conditioned, he maintain insurance for the 6 months. I'm gonna take into consideration the no driver's license ticket, and I'm gonna no price the failure to provide evidence of insurance with the court's permission, Your Honor.
Okay.
And he needs to plead on those two tickets. But the reason we're kind of in a rush and is because he is getting ready to go into the Navy and needs to get this cleared up before he goes.
Okay.
So that's the reason I'd like the court to approve the plea bargain and let him come take care of it sometime over the next 30 days. Okay.
And this is contingent on him getting his driver's license?
And insurance. And he's only going to be able to pay the court cost immediately. So I'm going to request court give him the 90 days on the red light and the 6 months on the insurance to pay the rest of the fees.
Okay. Now, is he going to get his license and insurance before he starts making payments, or is he going to?
He's going to have to get his license and get an insurance before this plea bargain is going to take effect.
Okay, so basically, we're not going to do much of anything other than accept the plea bargain agreement.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and let's see, where is Mr. Gilliam?
He's in the
Just on a phone there.
Okay, Mr. Gilliam, okay, there you are. Okay, Mr. Gilliam, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Gilliam, do you acknowledge taking the oath, sir?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, Mr. Gilliam, did you hear what Mr. Mead represented to the court as being the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, so Mr. Gilliam, to the charge of running a red light, how do you plead? Guilty or no contest?
Guilty.
Okay, and to the charge of failed to maintain insurance, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of guilty to the running the red light and to your failure to maintain insurance. I'm going to go ahead and approve the plea bargain agreement. And it's my understanding that you have 30 days to get your license and insurance before we actually put you on deferred on the 2 violations. Now, with regard to running the red light, I'm going to go ahead and approve the plea bargain agreement, assess a special expense fee of $300, place you on deferred for 90 days, and because you're under the age of 19, take the defensive driving class. I'm also going to go ahead and place you on deferred on the failed to maintain insurance, place you on deferred for 6 months, of which you have to maintain insurance, and the special expense fee of $300. And with regard to the no driver's license, the state is taking that into consideration, and that case will be dismissed. And then the state is going to non-prosecute the failed to provide evidence of insurance, so that'll wind up being dismissed. Now, it's my understanding, sir, that once you get your license and your insurance, you're going to go ahead and pay the court cost. The court cost on the red light is $134, and the court cost on the insurance ticket is $81. So you're going to go ahead and pay that, and then we're going to go ahead and give you the period of probation for each violation to pay it off, to pay off the balance. Let's see if I missed anything. Okay, now with regard to the running a red light, one of the conditions of the deferred is that, of course, that you're taking the defensive driving class as opposed to the mandatory one. Okay, Mr. Mead, is there anything I left out or anything else the court needs to know?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Gilliam, do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
No? Okay, very good.
No, sir.
Okay, Clarissa, do we need to give Mr. Gilliam any instructions?
Judge, I just needed to know, so are we going to reset for 30 days to give him time to bring that information to us? Is that how you want to handle that?
Yes.
Okay.
Give him the reset.
30-day reset. Okay. Mr. Gilliam, are you still South Cross Ranch number 1?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, that's
ma'am.
where we'll mail
But,
your reset form.
Okay.
And you
Now,
just need to
Mr.
make
Gilliam-
sure you come in on or before that reset date, so you don't have to come back to court. You just need to bring your money back on or
And-
before that 30-day period.
And the driver's
How much
license.
total
proof.
And your driver's license and your insurance.
How much total was it for the
Uh,
first time?
It should be 81 and $81 plus 134. So $215 down, and then you'll pay the rest by the end of the probation.
Okay.
So
Okay.
within before that 30-day period is up, bring in the $215, your driver's license and your insurance, because you'll need all that in order to do it.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Mr. Gilliam, unless you have any questions, sir, we're going to go ahead and release you.
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, so you can go ahead and log off. Thank you, sir, for appearing.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, John Mead, we have Philip Pacheco, and he is on page 2, the very bottom, and there's a couple violations on the top of page 3 as well.
Page 2, the bottom.
Yes, his name's Philip Pacheco.
I can't find him. Oh, I got the
He's on-
top of
I'm
page 2.
sorry, he's not. He's on the bottom of page 1.
Okay.
Bottom of page 1 and the top of page 2. He has 3
Okay.
violations, and I'm going to put you and him in a breakout room. Mr. Pacheco, if you can unmute yourself, you're going to go in with our prosecutor so you can talk about your violations.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Judge, we have Kendall Shamrad.
Okay, and she's here on a show cause, is that correct?
Yes, she
Okay.
did not turn in her driving safety certificate.
Right, okay. Miss Shamrad, is it Shamrad?
Shamrad.
Shamrad, okay, Miss Shamrad, you're here on a show cause hearing. What that basically means is that you were required to do something, and according to our records, you have not done so. In your situation, you were supposed to have taken the defensive driving class and turned in your certificate by September 23rd of this year. Why have you not done that now?
A lot of at-home situations all arose one after another. So I was trying to deal with that the entire time.
Have you
So-
done it? Have you done the class?
I have not yet because I haven't been able to afford it, but I have somebody who's going to help me now to do that.
And when is that going to happen?
Today, actually.
Today?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and give you a 2-week extension to get the class done.
Okay.
Okay, now if you don't get the class done within the 2 weeks, okay, now that just means having the class done within the next 2 weeks. It may take a little while to get the certificate, but what we'll do is we'll check the date of the completion on the certificate. And if it was done within the 2 weeks, then we'll accept it. If not, then I'm gonna have to go ahead and enter a judgment against you,
Okay.
okay? Do you have any questions, ma'am?
When I get the actual certificate, do I take it to the court or do I mail it?
Clarissa?
You can bring it to the court. Make sure you sign it. You're going to get a court copy and an insurance copy. So sign the court copy. If we are not in the office when you have to drop it off, there is a black mailbox on the front of our building and it's locked. So you can slip it in there. Just make sure you sign it first and make sure you have your driving record with it as well.
Okay.
Okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Shamrod, thank you so much, and you're free to go, ma'am. Okay, so Clarissa, on page 5, Caitlin, Brianna Hall, is she the next one?
Yes, she is.
Number 4. Okay, now where is Mrs. Hall? There she is. Mrs. Hall, can you unmute yourself, ma'am? Ms. Hall, can you hear me? If you can unmute yourself. There you go.
Yes.
Okay,
There we
very
go.
good.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, Mrs. Hall, you have 2 violations. One is failed to maintain insurance. To that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty. Although I had just bought the car from my sister.
Okay.
But-
And you also have a charge of failed to provide evidence of insurance.
Yes, sir. I plead guilty to that as well.
Okay, all right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, well, let me ask you this, ma'am. With regard to the failed to maintain insurance, what did you want to do with that citation?
So what had happened was I got my car towed. But the day after I went to the tow yard with proof of insurance with my sister because the car is still in her name, sir, and I was able to get my car out and I have steadily been paying insurance now. And I'm on a 6-month, what is it called? A 6-month payment where I have insurance before I have to renew it again.
Are you making monthly payments?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Ms. Hall, let me ask you this. Earlier, I had administered an oath. Do you acknowledge taking that oath, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of guilty to the charge of failed to maintain insurance. Now, these are your 2 options. Option number 1 is to pay a $200 fine. But if you do that, and that's less than the recommended fine. And if you do that, it will go on your record. The other option is to be placing you on deferred disposition, which means that you would pay $300. You would maintain insurance for 6 months. And as long as you pay up all the fees and there is no lapse in coverage, then the case would be dismissed. So what did you want to do?
I just have one question as far as to do the disposition. Is that $300 broken up into a payment plan, or would I have to pay that all at once?
No, you would have to pay at least $81, and then I would give you the 6 months to pay the balance.
Of 300. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Do I have to pay the $61 or I'm sorry, yeah, the 61 to or 81 today?
Yes. Okay,
Oh.
can you do it?
No, I don't believe I can today.
Okay, so this is.
I'm
what I'm
currently
going
out
to
of work.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna reset your case for 30 days. Will that give you enough time to come up with the $81?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and reset your case for 30 days. I'm gonna go ahead and approve the deferred disposition for $300 plus insurance for 6 months. And you're gonna pay $81 on or before the reset date. Okay, and then you'll be put on probation at that point. And then you'll be given 6 months to pay the balance. Okay?
Okay, and does it matter how much I pay a month, or is it just as long as I make a payment every month?
As long as at the end of 6 months, you've already paid everything. So however you want to handle that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay? Now, with regard to failed to provide evidence of insurance, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss that case.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, very good. Do you have any questions, Ms. Hall?
No, sir.
Okay, Clarissa, do we need any information from Ms. Hall?
Caitlin, I think I already asked you this earlier. You're still on Old Corpus Christi Road, right?
No, that's
No,
for some
you know
reason, I
what?
think
You gave
the
me,
officer-
yeah, you gave me your address. I remember now, and I changed it in our system, so you're good.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm sorry, I did have one more question. Do I make the payment of the $81 and then the future payments can I do it online?
No, you're gonna have to call us to make those. You have our phone number,
Oh,
right,
okay.
Caitlin? Yeah, give us a call
ma'am.
because the online amount it's different when you're deferred. It'll change the amount, so.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
Okay. All right, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hall. Okay, Mr.
Thank you, bye.
Mead, let's see, you were visiting with Mr. Pacheco?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, were y'all able to reach an agreement?
Well, we reached an agreement the last time he was here.
Okay,
Mr. Pacheco's request, I think the problem is Mr. Pacheco's requesting 60 days deferred because he's not working. He's on COVID. He can't go back to work until he isolates and tests positive. So it's just a money issue, but he's requested they have 60 days to get the money together because of the problem with the quarantine that he's going through and his whether or not he actually contracts COVID or not.
okay. Is he comfortable that he can get it done within 60 days because he's already had 2 resets?
Can you get it done, Mr. Pacheco, within 60 days?
It looks like he's frozen.
No, he's there, Mr. Pacheco.
Within 60 days, I should be able to, sir. The reason why I also, other than the
He's frozen again.
hello,
We're losing you.
hello.
Yeah.
Okay, you can hear me.
Yeah.
So what had happened also, sir, other than one of my coworkers had tested positive for COVID. So I recently went and got my test. So I'm waiting for my test results to see if I can go back to work. Also, what had happened within, I think it was probably about 3 weeks ago, my bank account is connected to my brother's bank account for when we opened it when we were younger with my mother. And my brother got frauded for a certain amount of money. And because it's still under investigation, I believe from what my understanding is the bank was asking for a balance of that. And so they took all my money and all my mom's money, and I have a case number for it also. And so I had the money to pay it for today, but this happened just 3 weeks ago. And so it kind of threw me off in a sense. And because I'm not sure what my results are going to be in terms of if I'm going to be able to go back to work right away or not, if I'm going to have to wait a couple of days and do the whole quarantine thing. This is why I'm asking for a reset, sir.
Okay. And Mr. Pacheco, I'm okay with giving you the 60-day reset. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and reset it. But like I said, we've already had 2 resets before.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I just want to try to get this thing done as soon as possible.
Yeah, I understand, sir.
Okay. And if you can get it done before the 60 days, then that would be great.
Okay.
Do y'all have a plea bargain agreement, Mr. Mead?
No, we haven't put it into effect
Okay.
yet.
Okay, so it's just a straight reset for 60 days then.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, Mr. Pacheco, we're going to go ahead and send you out a reset date.
Okay.
Clarissa, do we need anything from Mr. Pacheco?
Mr. Pacheco, are you still on number 307?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. That's where we'll send your new court date.
Hey, thank y'all so much.
Thank
sir.
you.
Let me go ahead and excuse you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, John Mead, next one I have for you is Elizabeth McGinnis. She is on, I don't know where she is.
I see.
She's on page 4
Page 4 at the bottom.
and the top of the next page.
Oh, yes, she's got 3. So there's 2 at the bottom of 4 and 1 at the top of 5.
Okay.
Ms. McGinnis, can you unmute your phone? You're going to go into a breakout room with our prosecutor, John Mead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, it looks like we have Edwin Aguirre is next.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, Clarissa, he's gonna have to see Mr. Mead,
Okay,
okay?
very good.
Yeah, Mr. Aguirre, let's see, where are
I
you?
think he's been here before, so I think they've talked previously. So I'll just have him go on in there after Ms. McGinnis.
Okay, but I don't see him. There he is, okay. Edwin.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Mr. Aguirre, if you'll just stand by, you're gonna have to visit with the prosecutor.
Okay, how about Leo Vallejo?
Okay, what page? The number
He's
6.
number 10. So he's on page 2 at the top, right below Mr. Pacheco.
On page 2, you said?
Yes, page
Oh, yeah,
2,
okay.
yeah, like the third line down. Mr. Vallejo, if you can unmute yourself, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Pacheco. Mr. Pacheco, I see you're on the audio. Do you acknowledge taking the oath, sir? Mr. Leo Vallejo. can
Oh,
you-
yes. Yes, I can hear
Yes.
you.
Do you acknowledge taking the oath?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, and of course, you are under the age of 25. You have one charge of speeding. It's alleged you were doing 64 and a 50. To that charge, how do you plead, sir?
No contest.
Okay, and then you also have a charge of no driver's license. How do you plead?
No contest. I know y'all told me to set an appointment to get my license,
Yes.
and this was about like 2 months back when we had this first Zoom meeting with y'all. And that same day I went and scheduled the appointment. My appointment is the 25th of this month. So it's like a few days away. That was the closest I could get.
November
In town.
25th.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Did you hear that, Judge? I think you're frozen, Judge. Hang on, Mr. Vallejo. I think he's,
okay.
his computer's frozen right now. Can you hear us, Judge? Oh, we lost Judge. Okay, I think the judge is calling back in right now. His computer must have locked up on him. Just one moment, everyone.
Okay.
We lost Judge. Okay.
So needs a reset. Reset.
We're gonna do with her yet. 30-day reset. Yes, it's slow though. He's having a hard time.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Mhm.
If we were to have to reset the video, would we need another a room number to be able to get back in? Because that was an issue for me.
To reset the, what do you mean? Who is this? Juan?
If there's issues, would there need to be another room created
If there's issues with what?
with the connection? I see the judge is having a
Yeah,
problem.
no, we should be okay. We should be okay. If he's having computer problems, it's gonna be no matter what meeting number we have. So he should be okay. He said it's just really slow, so he's trying to sign back in right now.
All right, I apologize. I just wanted to be sure.
Problem. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think we'll be okay. If we do have to for any reason, I'll let y'all know before we disconnect.
Okay, thank you.
We've never had this problem before. I'm not real sure what's going on.
Excuse me.
Yes.
This is Michael Knowles.
Hi, Michael.
Is there a way I could speak to the prosecutor, John?
You can.
Because I would like to make a plea, though, because I have evidence of some of the charges against me, so I could provide them.
Yeah. Hang on just a second, Michael. So right now we have a young lady with him right now. Then we have Edwin Aguirre going in, and then you'll go in. Okay.
That's fine. I'll go back to meet. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. If anybody needs to take a potty break or anything like that, feel free to do so. Or a water break or anything you need.
Hey, I was also just wondering if it's going by alphabetical order or.
Oh, no, it's order that you called in.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a real slow place with this doing stuff. John, you're muted.
Now I'm not.
Now you're not, but guess what? We lost the judge. He's trying to get signed back in and is having a very hard time.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I think his network dropped him, the connection. So he said he's trying to sign back in right now, but it's very slow. So I told him to go reset his router and maybe have better luck. But we'll see what's gonna happen. You were in with, who were you in with? Elizabeth McGinnis?
That's correct.
Okay. Let me in. He just said, let me in. Okay, I think we got him. Oh, goodness.
There he is.
There he is. Yay, he had me a little nervous there. Unmute, Lawrence.
Got
There
it.
you go. Yay.
Wow,
All
that's
right, Judge. That's a
never-
different, you had me nervous there for a minute.
You know, my computer just shut down.
Yeah, you were just frozen over here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, listen, thank you for your patience. Let me go ahead and finish with Mr. Vallejo.
Okay, you
Okay.
had gotten a plea from him already of no contest for each violation.
Right. Okay, Mr. Vallejo, what's the status on your driver's license?
So I have to go get it on the 25th of this month.
Okay.
And
Of
for
November?
yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so do you think you can get it done in 30 days?
Yes, sir. I just have to go and just go on the 25th to go get it, and that's it.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and reset your case for 30 days. Yeah, and you've had 2 resets before, so we need to get this thing wrapped up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Clarissa, do we need anything from Mr. Vallejo?
Mr. Vallejo, are you still on Buffalo Pass?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna send you a reset there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Um,
You're free to go.
Oh,
All right, thank you. You have a great day.
Thank
you
you.
too, sir. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Mead, who were you visiting with?
I was visiting with Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, yes, I'm sorry.
What page is she on?
She's on page, bottom of page
1, no.
4. And the top of page 5.
Got
Yeah,
it.
she's on
Okay,
this
Miss McInnes. Okay, very good. Now let's see, where is she at?
My hair.
There you are. Okay, I can see you. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, Mr. Mead, were you all able to reach any kind of an agreement?
We have tentatively reached an agreement, but she wants to reset because this is the first time she's been here. And I told her how we could settle 2 of the 3 cases. On the 3rd case, the open container, Ms. McGinnis told me she wants to plead not guilty and set it for a non-jury trial.
Okay, all right, so let's talk about that one first. Ms. McGinnis, it's my understanding you went into a plea of not guilty to the open container. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and then did you want a trial in front of the court or in front of a jury?
The court's fine.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and set the open container case on a non-jury docket. Okay, and they'll send you that
Guilty plea, yeah.
yeah, that court date, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now,
Okay.
Mr. Mead, what about the first 2 cases?
The first 2, we've discussed how we're going to dispose of them, Your Honor, but she needs a reset. This is her first appearance.
Okay, how much time do you
Let's
need?
do, Ms. McGinnis,
Yes.
how much time do you?
Oh gosh. Would 60 days be out of there?
Yeah, given the circumstances, yeah, 60 days will be fine.
Okay. I can do 30 days, but I don't know if I can pay the whole 730 days.
Well, I'm gonna give you
I mean, I
60 days. I'm gonna reset
Oh,
it
okay.
for 60 days.
Okay.
Clarissa, do we need anything from,
Miss McGinnis, are you still, whoa, I have 2 different things. Okay, are you still on River Bluff?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send your reset and your not guilty form there for you to fill out and return, okay?
Okay.
All right. All we need, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so
ma'am.
much. Thank you.
Okay, John Mead, I have Edwin Aguirre. for you, and I'm losing track of these people now. He should be number 5. He is on
Page 1.
page 1.
Two
He's Edwin Aguirre.
violations.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Aguirre, if you can unmute yourself, I'm going to send you into the room with John Mead, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Clarissa, that takes us to Mr. Burnett on page 4, and he's number 11.
Great.
Okay. Okay, let's see, Mr. Burnett, where, there you are. Can you unmute yourself, sir? Very
Yes.
good. Okay. All right, Mr. Burnett, you have 2 citations, sir. One is an expired registration. To that, how do you plead?
No contest, sir.
Okay, and then you have a charge of failed to maintain insurance. How do you plead?
Guilty, sir.
Okay, now let me ask you this. What's the situation on your registration?
The vehicle, the registration, I don't really remember. It was about a year or 2 back. I moved and I don't think I ever got my mail in for it.
Okay.
And it just never was done.
Okay, has it been done since then?
I actually sold the vehicle because of the fines that was at the impound lot. I unfortunately had to sell it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, Mr. Burnett, with regard to that citation, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss that. And it's only because of the COVID situation. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss that charge. Now, with regard to the insurance, where are you at now? Do you have insurance now?
I don't, sir, only because I sold the vehicle. I'm planning on trying to get a new vehicle at the moment. If there's a way I can prove that once I get the vehicle that I get insurance and maintain it.
Well, I mean, when do you expect to get a vehicle?
Right now, I'm not too sure. I'm hoping really soon. Right now, it's with the money situation, and because of COVID, I just started a new job, and hopefully I can continue working here and get everything in order.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I won't be able to hold this case until that happens. So what I can do is I can reduce the fine down to $200 and give you time to pay.
That would be perfect, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, and because you have a job now, right? Is that correct? Okay, all right, and you understood the time pay, the way it works?
I believe so. If you could refresh on my
Sure.
memory.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna give you 30 days to pay it. If you don't pay it within the 30 days, then you'll be making monthly payments at a minimum of $50 a month. And, but they're gonna tack on $15, 1.15.
Okay.
Just one time though, sir.
Yeah, one
Not every
time.
month.
So it'd be
Okay.
a $200 fine for and pay it in 30 days.
Yes, and if you
And if-
don't pay within 30 days, then you'll be on a monthly payment.
Perfect. Yes, sir.
All right, Clarissa, do we need anything from Mr. Burnett?
Mr. Burnett, are you on Lake Brook?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll mail your payment plan there. If you can sign one of the copies and send it back to us, we'll go ahead and get that all taken care of for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Mr. Mead, who were you visiting with?
Edwin Aguirre on page 4, I think he said. I don't remember now. Number 5, he's on page 1 at the bottom,
On page 1?
toward the bottom.
Yes, okay, Edwin Aguirre. Okay, Mr. Mead, if you can unmute yourself, sir. Okay,
All right, I'm here.
were you and Mr. Aguirre able to reach any kind of a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did y'all agree on?
Mr. Aguirre is going to plead guilty to both offenses. I've recommended 60 days deferred on the speeding to $220 fee. And the insurance, 6 months deferred, condition maintain insurance for $300. Now, he just started, he's going to get paid this week, and he wants to you to take his plea and approve the plea bargain and him come in the next couple of weeks. Is that correct, Mr. Aguirre? And pay these amounts and begin his probation.
Okay. Well, why don't I do this? Why don't I go ahead and approve the agreement, reset it for 30 days? And then he can come in within that time frame and get it paid and get him going.
That sounds fine, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Aguirre, did you understand that, sir?
Can you repeat it one more time?
Okay, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm going to approve the plea bargain agreement, but I'm gonna reset the case for 30 days to give you some time to come up with the money. And then once you pay the money, then that's when we'll start the probation. But if you don't pay it, you have a court date in 30 days.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and accept Mr. Edwin Aguirre's plea of guilty to the charge of speeding. I'm going to go ahead and approve the plea bargain agreement of deferred for 60 days, deferred fee of $220. I'm going to go ahead and approve the agreement with regard to the maintain insurance, place you on deferred for 6 months, a $300 deferred fee, and you have to maintain insurance for the 6 months. I'm going to go ahead and reset the case for 30 days so you can come in and pay the fees. Now, Mr. Mead, is he paying the entire amount within 30 days, or what's he paying?
That is my understanding. Is that correct, Mr. Aguirre?
Yes, sir. So the total is 500 or 520?
520.
520.
Okay. Yes, in 30 days I will pay the full amount.
Okay, very good.
And also, I also have a question. So once I pay this, the ticket will it be in my record?
No, not as long as you don't pick up any similar violations within the probationary period. Like, for example, on the speeding ticket, as long as you don't get another speeding ticket within 60 days and you've paid up your fees, then it'll be dismissed or will not show up on your record. Now, same thing with the insurance ticket. As long as you pay the $300 at the end of the 6 months and you maintain insurance for the 6 months, then it'll be dismissed. Once again, will not be reported to DPS.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Clarissa, do we need anything? from
Mr. Aguirre, are you on item Marie still?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's where we'll send your reset form.
Okay,
So
thank
just
you.
need to make sure you come in sometime on or before that date to pay this, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
If there's somebody there that's phone number ends in 333, what is your name?
Rhonda Dudley.
You said Rhonda Dudley?
Yes, ma'am.
It's D-U-D-L-E-Y?
Yes.
Okay. You have a court today?
Yes, she's on page 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Page 3, about 3/4 down. Rhonda K. Dudley,
Okay, so she is number 16.
16, okay. Okay, Ms. Dudley, just stand by, ma'am.
No problem. Thank you.
And John Mead's back with, oh no, I need to send you back in, don't I, John?
I'm done with the last one.
Okay, so Michael Knowles is our next one that you need to go in with. I don't even know where he's
He's on
at.
page 5.
Page 5. Thanks, Judge.
Sure.
Let me organize. He's in the middle of page 5. He has 4 violations, John.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Knowles, if you can unmute yourself, I'm going to open up the room. Judge, you're going to be with Nicolissa. Nicolasa,
Sandoval Rodriguez.
Mhm.
Yes, okay, she's number 12.
number 12.
Okay. Miss Rodriguez, can you hear me?
Sí,
Okay. ¿Habla inglés?
no, español, por favor.
You want me to
Okay.
get Leroy signed on real quick?
Yes.
I told him don't leave.
Mi esposo me puede traducir, él habla inglés.
Aquí estoy yo.
Aquí está conmigo.
Okay. Okay. Clarissa, her husband is going to interpret.
Okay, good, because Leroy's on a call.
Yeah. ¿Cómo se llama su esposo?
Jorge Hernández.
Jorge. Okay, Mr. Hernandez, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Hernandez, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and be asking your wife some questions. And if you can interpret exactly the way my question is or my statements are, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Voy a preguntar unas preguntas.
Now,
Then he has to deal with that anyway.
Ms. Rodriguez, I earlier administered an oath. Do you acknowledge taking it?
Si tomaste de la esa de
Sí,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, you have a ticket for speeding, and it's alleged you were doing 57 and a 35.
Que el ticket dice que está haciendo 57 en una zona de 35.
sí.
Yes, she understands that.
Okay, to that charge, how do you plead?
¿Cómo ese cargo?
¿Cómo se declara?
¿Cómo te declaras?
Sí,
Claro.
sí iba a 57.
So, ¿se declara culpable?
Culpable.
Okay,
Sí.
okay, the witness entering a plea of guilty. Okay, and now you have a second case of an expired driver's license. How do you plead?
La licencia, no, not guilty, she's going to be.
Not guilty? Does she have a driver's license?
Yes. She's got a
Okay.
new one now.
Okay, can you hold that up to the
Más cerca.
camera?
Más arriba, no, ahí está.
Clarissa, can you read that?
It looks like, I'm having a hard time finding the issue date was 10/28, I believe.
She was waiting
It-
for
no,
appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it expires in, gosh, it's hard to tell. I think 2028.
Yeah.
Is that even possible?
Mr. Hernandez, what does the issue date show on the driver's license?
Issue date is 10/28/20, and the expiration is August 6th, 2028. And
Okay,
she was waiting for an appointment because of the coronavirus. The appointments were set far off before her
okay.
expiration
Sir,
on her.
can you read me the driver's license number?
There you go. Her driver's license number is 377-37924.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss that case.
Yeah, lo quito.
Ah, gracias.
Would that be a compliance dismissal, Judge?
Yes,
Okay. No fee.
no fee.
Okay.
Okay, so then let's go back to the speeding ticket. Ms. Rodriguez, what do you want to do with the speeding ticket?
Dice que quieres las clases. Yeah,
Quiero las clases.
she wanted the classes. Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Okay, all right, very good.
Now, Judge, let me tell you this. It's not marked off on here, but it is a construction zone with workers present.
Ah,
Yes, so that changes it up a little bit.
it does.
The total of the fine is $426 because it was doubled.
Okay, okay. Mr. Hernandez, would you explain to your wife that the citation was issued in a construction zone with workers
No.
present?
Como te había dicho, de la construcción, que habían trabajadores. Yeah, we discussed that earlier. There was no construction personnel present. And matter of fact, the day that she did get that ticket, she called me and I went down there and I was actually with the police officer and I didn't see any construction workers either. So,
Okay, well, let me do this. I'm gonna have to ask you to talk to Mr. Mead, the prosecutor,
Mhm.
because he's gonna have to have a say in this.
Okay,
Okay, so just stand by and we'll let you visit with Mr. Mead.
okay, okay.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Mead, who were you visiting with?
I was visiting with, who was I visiting with?
You were visiting with Michael Knowles,
That's right.
and Michael Knowles is on page 5 in the middle, Judge.
Okay, got him. Okay. Were y'all able to reach an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Knowles said he can pay all this by tomorrow. Is that correct, Mr. Knowles? Is it tomorrow then you can be able to pay it? Mr. Knowles?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, to the agreement we made, yes, I'll be able to pay the amount. I'm just waiting for my
Tomorrow?
money to get deposited in tonight.
Okay. All right, then here's the plea bargain, Your Honor. On the lane change, 60 days for a plea of guilty. I'm recommending 60 days deferred for $200. On the insurance, I'm recommending 6 months deferred, $300 condition maintain insurance. On the driver's license, I'm going to take that into consideration and request court dismiss that. And on the failure to provide evidence of insurance, I'm going to non-price that with the court
Okay.
permission.
Okay. Mr. Knoll, is that your understanding of the agreement, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Mead, how is he going to plead to the insurance?
Guilty on both those charges, but he's getting deferred on, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Knowles, to the charge of improper lane change, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty?
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and, oh, and by the way, Mr. Knowles, earlier I had administered an oath. Do you acknowledge taking the oath?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of guilty, place you on deferred for 60 days with a $200 deferred fee, which will be paid tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
With regard to failure to maintain insurance, I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of guilty, place you on deferred for 6 months. For that 6-month period, you're going to maintain insurance, and the special expense fee is $300, which will also be paid tomorrow. With regard to the no driver's license, the state is taking into consideration and will be dismissing that charge. With regard to failed to provide evidence of insurance, the state is non-prosecuting, so that case will
I'm
be
on the phone.
dismissed as well. Okay, Mr. Knoll, do you have any questions, sir?
No, no, sir. Just in order to make the payment, would I be able to call? Who would I be able to call in to process the payment?
You can call our court office, but if you use a debit or credit card, it is going to charge a 5% processing fee. So if you're
That's fine.
if you're paying the $500, it gets a little costly. 5% of $500.
Okay. All right.
So we'll be here from 8:30 to 3 tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'm going to go ahead and excuse you.
Okay, John, I'm going to send you into the breakout room with Nicolasa Sandoval Rodriguez. She speaks Spanish, but her husband's translating. He's right with her.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, she is on, let me tell you where she's at.
Page 3.
She's on the bottom of page 3 and the top of page 4.
Well, now the top of page, the driver's license has been dismissed, so it's only the speeding violation.
The speeding is construction zone workers present.
Okay.
It's not marked on there, but it is, okay?
Okay.
Okay, real quick, Judge.
Yes.
We had somebody just join us.
Who is that?
Their phone is muted. I believe it's Tyler Hauser. Is that you? Okay, Tyler Hauser. He'll be, just go ahead and stand by. He'll be with you shortly. Judge, let me look at him, see where he's at on here. He is on page 3 in the middle. He's got 2 violations.
Oh, yeah, and he's number 17,
Yes. And he is 22 years old, Judge,
22.
on there, but he's 22. I guess I put him above. I don't know what the heck.
Okay,
And he was in a construction zone, but there were no workers present.
okay. Construction zone, no workers present.
Well, let me make sure he was. Check on here. Yeah, construction zone, but no workers were present.
Okay. Okay, very good. So just stand by, Mr. Hauser. Okay, so then that takes us to 13. Who's 13? Okay, 13 is Mr. Sterling. He has 3. Then 14.
Should be, our next one should be William Benoit.
On page 2. Okay. Okay, Mr. Benoit, can you unmute yourself, sir?
Hello?
Can you unmute yourself?
Can you hear me?
Okay, great. Okay, Mr. Benoit, looks like you're under the age of 25. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you have a charge of failed to maintain insurance. How do you plead?
Yeah, I already came to an agreement.
Yeah, he was here previously. Mr. Benoit, did you ever provide us with the insurance coverage on your vehicle?
I have it right now. I just need your email so I could email it to you, and I need to pay the $20 dismissal for my
Okay,
other.
so what was discussed, Judge, when he was here last, he has a failed to maintain insurance. I don't remember what the deal was with the vehicle he was in, but you told him if he had insurance, full coverage on himself, on his own truck, it was something about he was driving his brother's vehicle or selling a vehicle or buying a vehicle from his brother.
Yes, ma'am.
You told him if he had full coverage at the time on his own vehicle, if we could call and verify that the Dodge Ram had full coverage on it, that we could dismiss it. Well, he hadn't sent it yet, but he says he has it today. So we haven't verified it yet because we don't have it yet, and then his other one was expired registration, and you told us to go ahead and dismiss if he pays the $20, which he hasn't done yet, but he said he's going to do today.
Okay. And you're going to pay that $20 today, Mr. Benoit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so go ahead and pay that. Okay, now Clarissa, how do you want to handle the insurance? You want him to?
Well, he can text us a copy of the insurance. We'll have to call and verify it real quick though. So if we can verify that, do you want us to go ahead and dismiss that one?
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Benoit, can you just take a picture of it and text it to us?
Yes, I have a picture. I'm looking for the picture right now.
Okay. Do you have something to write with so I can give you a phone number to text it to so we can call and verify that insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
And it is a Dodge Ram?
No, the truck that I was pulled over in was a Chevrolet, and I now have insurance on that vehicle because I own it now. But
Okay, so which one are we
other truck I
verifying,
was-
Judge?
You're verifying.
The only one
My-
that he had full coverage on at the time of the stop was his own personal vehicle that he had at the time. He didn't have one in the one he was driving.
Well, whatever insurance was on the date of the offense.
So
Yeah, I
he-
have
he-
because I was covered in.
But you didn't have insurance on the vehicle you were driving at the time of the stop.
Yeah, but I had full coverage on another vehicle,
At
and
that
I was
time.
covered on another vehicle, and that's what we came. That was the agreement we come to because if I proved that I had full coverage on my other vehicle, he said he would dismiss it.
Okay, so what is the other vehicle? Your personal vehicle
It's
that you
a-
had insurance on at the time of the stop?
Yeah,
What
it
is
was
the
a
make
Ford
it?
F-250.
Ford F-250?
Yes, ma'am. That's the vehicle that I had full coverage on,
Okay,
and I recently sold it.
okay, do you have a pen to write the number to text that picture of the insurance to?
Yes, ma'am. What's the phone number?
Okay, I'm sorry. It's 210-837-3704.
Okay, let's go ahead and message that over. And the picture is from April 25th to April 25th, 2021.
That's okay. As long as we have a number we can call and ask him if you were covered at the time of the stop. So that's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's great. Just send that over to us and we can go ahead and verify that. And then we'll text you back and let you know when to call us to pay the $20 after we verify the insurance. Okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Okay. John, you're muted.
Okay,
Hello?
Mr. Mead, you were visiting with Mrs. Rodriguez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what's the result?
After discussing the case with Ms. Rodriguez and her husband, I'm prepared to recommend the court accept a plea of guilty from Ms. Rodriguez for speeding in a construction zone without workers present, and to recommend that she get 90 days deferred for the special expense fee of $426, which will be paid today.
Very good. And it's for 90 days, you said, John?
90 days.
A quick question. So she doesn't have to take the class. It's going to come off her record after 90 days if she don't get a ticket, correct?
Yes.
That is correct.
Okay. So, and how
I'm
does
sorry,
she pay?
John, 426?
426.
Okay, thank you.
And how does she pay this?
It depends on how you can pay with a credit or debit card, but if you pay with a credit or debit card over the phone, it will charge a 5% processing fee.
Okay.
The only way to get around that is to either give us a cashier's check or money order or pay cash.
Okay, and pay cash there at the office there right, today?
Yes, we'll be here till about 4:30. You can come by if
Okay.
we'd like. Because
Okay.
with the credit or debit card, there's going to be a $21 fee.
Okay, all right. Okay, she'll go by there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
Rodriguez.
Okay. So no tienes que tomar la clase, nomás que te dan 90
Okay,
días.
John, we have, okay, y'all are dismissed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, John, I'm going to send you in with Trayvon Arnold.
Okay, where's he?
Page 1.
Thank you, John.
Page 1 about the middle.
Okay.
Okay. Trayvon, unmute yourself, okay?
I missed the breakout room. Where'd it go?
It still didn't come up? No? It says you're in there. Okay, I'm going to delete it and open it back up. Let me see. Okay. Hey, it won't even let me check them. Okay, let's try this again. Trayvon, can you unmute your phone?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm sending you in right
All right.
now. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, Judge, you have Juan Lopez.
Juan Lopez, okay, page 4. Okay, Mr. Lopez, can you unmute yourself, sir?
Hello, I got skipped.
No, Mr.
Hey.
Sterling, you're waiting. Mr. Sterling? Mr. Sterling,
Yes, ma'am.
you're waiting to see the prosecutor. So it takes a little bit longer because he's got to take anybody with 3 violations
was-
or more have to go in with him. So you're next.
Okay, you didn't explain that to me. Okay, well, you
Well,
explained it
that's
to me.
okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, can you hear me, sir?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
Doing well, doing well. Okay,
Glad to hear
Mr.
it.
Lopez, you have a ticket here for speeding. It's alleged you were doing 72 and a 50. To that charge, how do you plead?
Well, I had questions with the adjudication process or that kind of stuff.
The deferred?
Yeah, I didn't have what
He didn't get done.
either if I pled no contest, would that still be in play or?
Yes, either one. Whether you plead guilty or no contest, you still qualify for deferred.
All right, my apologies for interrupting, Your Honor. I plead no contest.
No contest, okay. And is that what you wanted to do, is do the deferred?
Well, I wanted to weigh the options.
Okay, all right, sure. Okay, well, let me give you your options. First of all, you're doing 22 miles over the speed limit, which means you qualify for the defensive driving. Now, that's going to be a little less expensive, okay? That's going to run you right around $200, okay? Now, If you do the probation, that's gonna be more expensive. That'll be $320.
Okay.
But you don't have to take the class and you'll get dismissed after 90 days.
So as it stands now, I went ahead and checked online. It's a $280 fine.
Right. Yeah, but the deferred is more because you'll wind up getting dismissed.
Yeah, and it's only a $40 difference. And the condition would be that I just don't get a similar violation within 90 days.
That is correct.
And would it be any other kind of, like authorization? Would I need to? What would the process be, Your Honor?
That basically, if you do accept it, I'll go ahead and offer it. And those are the only two conditions, that you pay the special expense fee and then don't receive a similar violation 90 days. And then it'll dismiss all by itself as long as you don't pick up a new violation and the fees are paid in full.
Okay, Your Honor, thank you for the explanation. And what would my options of payment be?
You would have to pay at least the court cost of, let's see, where?
134, sir.
134. And then I'll give you 90 days to pay the balance.
And what is the time frame on the payment of $134?
Well, I would, you would have to pay that as soon as possible, but the probation does not start until you pay that court cost, the 134.
Okay, I believe at this point, I want to agree to the 90-day period. And if I could have the payment given to you by this Friday, would that be acceptable?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. that
Okay,
would be
Your Honor.
acceptable.
Well, it seems like we're at an agreement here.
Sounds like it. Okay, very good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of no contest. I'm going to go ahead and place you on deferred disposition for 90 days with a special expense fee of $320. And by Friday, you will pay the court cost of $134. And then the difference will be due at the end of the 90-day period.
That's correct, sir. And I appreciate your time and consideration, Your Honor.
No problem. Well, thank you for showing up, sir. Clarissa, do we need anything else from Mr. Lopez?
I'm sorry. I had to talk with our office there for a second, so I missed. When is he paying the 134?
Friday.
134 by Friday?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Lopez, a lot of times there's nobody in the office that day, so be sure you call before you come. If not, you might have to wait till Monday to pay that, so that there'll be somebody in the office. But a lot of times there's nobody here to take the payment on Friday. So I don't want to tell you there will be and then there not be.
Could I have it? Could I
Supposed to be
mail
working.
you? Could I mail a check, or could I do some kind of other?
Well, we can't do a personal check. You can mail a cashier's check or money order. That would be up to the judge if he wants to give you time to get that mailed in.
Okay. I want to go ahead and just in the event that you guys are not able to accept the payment on Friday, if it's all
You
right.
can call the payment in, but when you pay with a credit or debit card, there is a 5% processing fee. So with $134, let me tell you exactly. I'm sorry, I'm not good with percentages, so I
I
have to do it.
understand it's not anything substantial.
It won't be too bad. It's $6.
Okay. So let's go ahead and make it we'll go ahead and keep it as Friday then.
Okay, great. Just give us a call. Let me give you a phone number to call because it'll be our city cell phone. It'll be 210. Do you have something to write with?
Yeah, just give me one moment, please.
Okay.
I'm bringing it up here. Go ahead and relay that to me, please.
210-837-3704. Be sure when you call to say that you are paying your deferred fee. Don't just say you're paying off your case, because whoever answers the phone may not know you're doing deferred. And they
Okay, ma'am. And let me read that back to you. 210-837-3704.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank
I'm
you.
dismissed.
Yes, sir. You're free to go.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Have a nice day.
You too.
Okay, John, who were you with? I'm sorry. Were you
Trayvon
with
Arnold.
Trayvon? right? John, you were with Trayvon? Oh, you're muted, John.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Trayvon, you're muted too, so go ahead and unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay, Mr. Mead, were y'all able to reach an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what do you have?
Mr. Arnold, on the charge of impeding traffic, is requesting that he be allowed to take a defensive drive.
Impeding traffic, okay.
On the insurance, I recommend 6 months probation. Condition he maintain insurance for the entire period of the probation for a fee of $300. On the driver's license, Mr. Arnold got his driver's license, which is not an easy thing to do under the current circumstances. So I'm going to recommend that the court dismiss the driver's license check.
So you're TIC in that one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Arnold, did you hear all that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to follow the plea bargain agreement. To the charge of impeding traffic, sir, how do you plead? Guilty or no contest?
Guilty.
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and grant your request for defensive driving. To the charge of failed to maintain insurance, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay. I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to the charge of failed to maintain insurance, place you on deferred for 6 months. There'll be a special expense fee of $300, and you have to maintain insurance for the 6-month period. Now, how are you paying all this, Mr. Arnold?
I'm found a way.
Okay, but Mr. Mead, did y'all have an agreement on payment?
We didn't have an agreement on payment, Your Honor. If Mr. Arnold could pay the court costs on both today, then we can the rest of the deferred fee on the insurance, we can give him time to pay. Total of $215. Can you pay that today, Mr. Arnold?
I cannot.
Mr. Mead, is that 144 on the court cost for the defensive driving?
I'm 130 for you, Honor.
No, for defensive driving, it's 144.
Oh, 144, okay.
Yeah.
He said he cannot pay that right now.
Okay.
When
Why
can
don't I
you
do
pay?
this? Mr. Arnold, I'm going to reset your case for 30 days, give you a chance to come up with at least the court cost. Okay. But do not take the class until the court costs have been paid.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to reset the cases 30 days.
And how much is the court cost again? My bad.
144 on the impeding traffic and $81 on the insurance.
Gotcha.
All right. And then on the insurance, then the difference will be due 6 months later.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yes, you are.
Marissa, do we need anything else from Mr. Arnold?
You're still on Olmsted Park.
Yes.
Perfect. That's where we'll send your reset form to. And as long as you bring the money that y'all talked about on or before that 30-day time period, we can go ahead and do it without you having to come back into court.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you for your patience.
Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all for today.
Thank you.
And when's my bad? When's the reset again?
It's going to be 30 days. It's actually lands about the first week of January, but we'll send you that form showing you the exact date.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Mr. Mead, I'm sending you back in with Sean Sterling. Let me find him. He's on page 4, right in the middle. Sean Sterling, 3 violations. Patiently waiting. Sean, can you unmute your phone, please? Because you're going to go into a breakout room with Mr. Mead, the prosecutor. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. I had somebody that was trying. There he is. Okay. We had somebody recently join us. I believe your name is Eugene Custodio. We have you logged in. If it's any other name other than that, just unmute your phone and let me know. And then we have another one. Okay, so Judge, that one, let's see, Eugene, he just chimed in a minute ago.
Well,
It
Rhonda
actually-
Dudley is, Rhonda
it-
Dudley is,
Rhonda Dudley is number 16.
yes, and she's next.
Yes, and then we have, after Rhonda, we have Tyler
Hauser.
Hauser. And then after Tyler, we're gonna have Eugene. And his last name is Costodio. And so we'll have 17 and 18. So Tyler is 17, and I'm trying to find him. Tyler is number on page 3. Right in the middle, Tyler Hauser, and he's number
Right.
17.
Right.
And then we have Eugene. Let me find him real quick. Eugene is on page 5, about the middle. He's number 18, Eugene Custodio.
Okay.
Not real sure how to say his name. And then, let me make sure we don't have anybody else. I don't think so. Okay, but I saw, oh, there was another name on here. Somebody raised their hand. Howie, I don't know what this is. Not real sure.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the young man that has been holding for ever, and he didn't have audio. Mr. I don't know if that's his name or if that's just where he's calling from. Can you unmute your phone or your computer, sir? He's talking. We can't hear you. We see you talking, but we can't hear you.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Yay! Who are you?
Oh,
Oh my goodness. What's your name?
Paul Garcia.
Paul Garcia. Well, we spent the afternoon with you. We just didn't know who you were.
Page 1.
Yeah, it was only one on button that I didn't know if it was gonna take me out or.
I kept trying to communicate with you, but it just wasn't working. Okay, Paul Garcia.
Page
Yes,
1.
ma'am.
Just one second. You're actually next because you were supposed to be in here a long time ago. Let me get you pulled. He's on page 1, Judge, about a few lines down, but he's got 3 violations, so he'll have to go see
Actually,
John.
4.
Oh, yes, you're correct. 4 violations. Let me pull his jacket real quick and we'll send him in to see John after Mr. Sterling's done. Okay, so you're gonna go in with the prosecutor, Mr. Garcia, but just a few moments, he's got somebody in with him right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Judge, let's move on to
Rhonda
Dudley.
Okay. Ms.
Dudley, can you unmute?
unmute yourself?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Can you hear me? Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Dudley, were you on when I administered the oath earlier?
No, she was not, Judge.
Okay,
No, sir, I was not.
I want to ask you to raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony
Okay.
you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down now. Ms. Dudley, you have a charge here of speeding 53. It's alleged that you were doing 53 and a 35. How do you plead?
No
Guilty or
contest.
no- I'm sorry?
No contest. No contest.
No contest, okay. And you're under the age of
Yes, sir.
25, is that correct?
No,
She's
sir.
she's
I'm
over the-
gonna
she's
be
over that age.
50.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm way over that age.
okay.
But thank you.
Oh, that's quite all right. Okay, Ms. Dudley, what did you want to do with this citation, ma'am?
Well, I really don't know because honestly, I didn't even see a speed limit sign. I've never even been in that area, so I was just floored when I got pulled over. So if I need to pay something, I can, but I don't get paid again until the 15th of December.
Well, let me give you your options and you tell me what you want to do, because if you pay the fine, it'll wind up on your driving record, okay? Which means that
Okay.
your insurance company and whoever checks your driving record would catch wind of it, okay? So these are going to
Okay.
be your 3 options, okay? Option number 1 is to pay the fine, but if you do that, it goes on your record. Now, I can reduce the fine down to 200 if that's what you want to do, okay? Now, option number 2.
Okay.
Option number 2 is to take the defensive driving class, and that's going to run you approximately $200, but that would get your case dismissed. Okay. Option number 3 is to be placed.
Okay.
Option number 3 is to be placed on deferred for a fee of $275. But you do not have to take the class, and as long as you don't get a similar violation, then it'll be dismissed. So those are
Okay.
your
And how long do I have to take the class?
Well, once you pay the court costs, you have 90 days to do the class. And then at the end of 90 days, you turn in your certificate of completion and you turn in a copy of your driving record.
Okay.
So which of those 3 suits you best?
The adjudication.
The probation? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and place you on deferred disposition, which is probation. I'm going to assess a special expense fee of $275, and then you'll be on deferred for 90 days. And as long as you don't pick up a similar violation within that 90-day period, then it will be dismissed. Okay?
Okay. And then I can come in and make a payment on the 15th?
On the 15th of December, yes. Now, do not, okay, yeah. So basically, you need to make that payment by the 15th, and then that's when the probation starts.
Okay, and that's the 275?
That is correct.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Clarissa, do we need anything from Ms. Dudley?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. All
Miss
right.
Dudley, just be sure to call before you come in. Miss Dudley, be sure to call the office before you come in, just to make sure there's somebody here at the time you're coming in.
Okay, no problem. Oh, is there a special number to call?
We have a couple numbers you can call. Our main office location is 210-648-4923. And then we have a city cell phone, and that one's 210-837-3704.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
You too. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Tyler Hauser is next. Well, I'll tell you what, we got Mr. Mead.
Yeah, he's back.
Mr. Mead, who were you visiting with?
I was with Mr. Sean Sterling, Your Honor.
Okay, let me turn over there.
You done mute yourself. All right, there you go.
Let me find Mr. Sterling here.
He's on
Okay, I
page
got him.
4.
Okay, were y'all able to reach an agreement?
Yes, we were.
Okay, what is that?
Well, we're gonna start at the bottom on the
Okay,
insurance ticket.
okay,
6 months deferred, $300. Condition to maintain insurance.
okay,
On the stopping and prohibited area, 60 days deferred, $160. I'm going to TIC the no driver's license and request court dismiss that.
okay. And as far as payment, Mr. Mead, what are we looking at?
I told Mr. Sterling that we could give him a 30-day reset at the court if the court approves the plea bargain, and he could come in and pay within 30 days.
Okay.
Is that your understanding, Mr. Sterling?
Yes, sir, because I was trying to see if if I have to pay the whole fee or if there's a payment plan. I'm on disability, so I get paid
on
once a
probation.
month.
There's no payment plan except that if he
Okay,
can
so
pay
you
the
gotta pay the whole thing?
if he can pay the court cost, I'll give him the term of probation to pay the rest, Your Honor, if the court approves.
Now, Mr. Sterling, the court cost on the insurance ticket is $81. And the court cost
Yes,
on
sir.
the stopping and prohibited area is $72. Can you pay that within 30 days?
Okay.
Can you-
$153.
Yes, sir, I can.
Then you can pay the balance by the end of
Yes,
your
sir, I
deferred,
can.
is what they're saying. Okay.
I
By the end
promise
of
you.
that 90 days and 6 months to pay the balance on one and 90 days. Okay, John, what was the amount on the parked or stopped in a certain place. What was the amount?
160 was the recommendation.
160, okay.
Okay, so Mr. Sterling, is that your understanding of the agreement, sir?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, now to the charge of stopping in a prohibited area, how do you plead? Guilty or no contest?
Guilty.
Okay, and to the charge of no insurance, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, all right, so what I'm gonna do is first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and reset the case for 30 days. I'm gonna go ahead and follow the plea bargain agreement on the stopping in a prohibited area. I'm gonna accept your plea of guilty, place you on probation for 60 days with a special expense fee of $160. Within that 30-day period, you're gonna pay the court cost of $72, and then you'll be given the 60 days to pay the balance. With regard to the failed to maintain insurance, I'm gonna go ahead and accept your plea of guilty, place you on deferred disposition for 6 months, condition that you pay a $300 special expense fee and you maintain insurance for the 6 months, and that you pay the $81 court cost within the 30 days, and then the balance will be due at the end of 6 months. And then with regard to the no driver's license, the state is taking that into consideration. So that charge will be dismissed. Okay, Mr. Sterling, do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Very good. Clarissa, do we need anything from Mr. Sterling?
Mr. Sterling, are you still on Salinas Street?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I need you to get a number from me, a phone number. Can you write down a phone number and call our office real quick and give them your new phone number so that we can mail your reset to the correct address?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a
Hold on, let me
something to write
grab a
with?
pen. I'm grabbing one right now.
Okay,
You got one for me?
okay.
Okay.
Okay, it's 210-648-4923.
Uh-huh. 648
4923.
4923.
Just call them real quick right now and give them your new address.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
All right, John Mead, we have somebody that needs to go see you.
Who?
Oops, I think I'm already sending y'all. Let me close that room. I don't know what I just did. Okay, his name's Paul Garcia,
So what I gotta pay?
and I lost him, so let me find where he's at.
I found it.
Hey,
Page 1.
okay, page 1. So he needs to talk. He's got I think 4 violations.
That's it.
So let me open up a new thing.
It's that you got us going in there already, I think. I see an invitation.
Oh, can you accept it? Paul, can you accept your invitation to go in the breakout room? Is there? Okay, good. Well, I see Paul's still here. Paul, go? Okay.
Okay,
All
Mr.
right, Judge.
Hauser. Mr. Hauser, can you unmute yourself, sir? Okay,
Hello.
great. Mr. Hauser, you're under the age of 25, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Mr. Hauser, you have 2 violations. One is a speeding, 58 and a 35. How do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, and then you also have a charge of a driver's license restriction violation. How do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, let's talk about your driver's license. What is the restriction that you violated, sir?
I still have a driver's permit. I just never got around to upgrading that to a license.
Okay, but was there a specific condition that you violated?
Yes, I was driving by myself instead of with someone with a license.
Okay.
And I was on my way to work, so.
And what did you want to do with that citation, sir?
What are these options?
What are my options for that?
Well, this is the problem. With that violation there, if you pay the fine, DPS could move to suspend your license, okay? So you really don't want to pay the fine on that one. It's always best to do some type of a probation, okay? And I can go ahead and place you on deferred for 90 days with a deferred fee of of $225.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like the much better option.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of no contest, place you on deferred for 90 days with a special expense fee of $225. When can you pay that, sir?
Today.
Okay. All right, and you have a second violation of speeding, 58 and a 35. Did you want to do the defensive driving on that?
Yes.
Okay, because you are under the age of 25. Okay, let me ask you 4 questions, sir. One, do you have a valid driver's license at this point?
Yes.
Okay, have you, are you covered by insurance?
Yes.
Okay, have you taken the class within the last 12 months to get a ticket dismissed?
No.
Okay, can you pay 144 court costs today?
Yes.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and grant your request. And do you have any questions, sir?
Do we just go back in?
Could we
Yes.
pay it at the
Yes.
counter? Yeah?
Sure can.
Okay.
And I'll let them know that that the judge okayed it with the permit, okay?
Okay.
Very good. Okay, unless you have any other questions, sir, you're free to head on over there.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Sure, thank you. Okay, Clarissa, let's
Okay,
see.
our last one, I think, is Eugene, except the one that John's with.
What page is-
Eugene Custodio. Let's see.
He's on
He's on
page,
page 5.
yes. Okay, Mr. Eugene Custodio, can you unmute yourself? Mr. Custodio, can you unmute yourself, sir?
I'll send him a request to unmute. Let's see if he can.
Okay, there you go.
There he goes.
Mr. Custodio, can you hear me, sir?
I can.
Very good. Mr. Custodio, you have a charge of driving while license invalid. How do you plead?
There are circumstances to that, sir. I went down
Well, let me ask
on
you
my
this,
birthday.
are you looking to get the case dismissed?
If they're all possible, yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to let you talk to the prosecutor then. Okay, because he's the only one that can move for a dismissal.
Okay,
Okay, so just stand by.
standing by.
Okay, Mr. Mead, let's see, you were with Mr. Paul Garcia. Okay, I had him here somewhere, Clarissa.
No, okay, there he is. He's on page 1.
Page 1, okay. Mr. Mead, were y'all able to reach an agreement? Mr. Mead, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, we were, Your Honor.
Okay, what do we have?
Mr. Garcia, the last time he was here, we reset the case because he had renewed his registration. He had renewed his registration timely. And he had not paid the late registration fee. So he went and paid that, and he's going to get a $20 dismissal on that one. Can you mute that person, Clarissa?
Yeah, I got him.
On the speeding, my recommendation is 90 days deferred for $350.
Okay.
On the expired driver's license, he's just going to do a straight plea, recommending a fine of $200.
Okay.
On failure to display a driver's license, I'm going to take that in consideration, request the court dismiss it. My understanding is Mr. Garcia is going to pay all of the fees today.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, were you able to hear all that, sir? Can you unmute yourself, Mr. Garcia? There you go.
Yes, sir. I heard all that.
Okay, and is that your understanding of the agreement, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and follow the plea bargain agreement. Mr. Garcia, to the charge of speeding 68 and a 50, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and accept your plea of guilty, place you on deferred for 90 days with a special expense fee of $350. To the charge of expired operator's license, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, I'm gonna accept your plea of guilty, assess a fine of $200. I'm gonna go ahead and show that you are in compliance with the registration. That case will be dismissed, but there'll be a $20 fee. And then finally, with regard to the failure to display of driver's license, the state is taking that into consideration and will be dismissing that case.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Garcia, do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, Clarissa, do we need any information from Mr. Garcia?
Mr. Garcia, are you on Billy Sames Road still?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you coming by to pay this, or how are you gonna pay it?
You can do the card over the phone.
So we can do the card over the phone, right?
Okay, well, you can, but you're talking about $570, and there's a 5% processing fee with that. It's gonna charge you an extra $28.50.
Go in there, what time do we need?
We're
If
gonna
I
be
go
here
there, if I go to your office, what time do I need to be there?
at least by 4:30.
By 4:30?
Yes, sir. It'd be
Yes,
cheaper
ma'am.
if you paid with cash, because you don't have to pay that big fee.
Okay.
Okay? And that way you can sign your documents and be done.
Okay. So I'll be there.
Okay, good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what happened to Mr. Custodio?
I don't know. He was here. Did he hang up?
I guess he's gone.
Let me see if,
Somebody's asked me to go to a breakout room. You want me to go?
okay, maybe I sent him. Don't go. Don't go because I'm closing the room. But I don't think he's in there.
Lost John.
Oops, I think he went.
Are they in there?
Yeah, but I closed it, so they should be having to come back out. No, you were in there by yourself? You're muted.
It wouldn't let me go.
Well, that's good
It
because
just-
we don't,
it
there's
just-
nothing, there's not one open, so I don't know where he is. There's nothing, there's no open rooms.
Where is he?
Maybe he'll call back in. He's contesting it, I guess.
What page is he on?
You know, Judge, was he 5? I think he's 5.
Yes, he was on 5. Towards the top.
Oh, no, Judge, you're not going to believe this.
What?
You know where he's at?
Where?
You told him, please stand by so you can talk to John. He got out of his car and he's standing up front.
Okay.
Can you tell him to call back in? He's going to call us back. Boy, sometimes you really got to explain this stuff in detail. Do not hang up. Do not get in your car. Do not drive to the office. Do not.
Did not pass go, right?
Oh, it's
How you
all
doing?
day. It's all day, every day. By the time court starts, me and Judy are already pulling our hair out.
Is that him for sure?
That's what she said. She said he's standing at the window. She's going to send him back to his car to call us.
Okay, well, while he's doing that, let's go ahead and call the docket for those people that did not show up.
Very good.
Okay, all right, you ready, Clarissa?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have Brandon Gaona Valadez as a no-show, Daniel Acosta as a no-show, Brian Allen Johnson as a no-show, Daniel Jesus Sertuche as a no-show,
Okay. Yes. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Audrey Esquivel as a no-show, 2 cases. Then we go down to Ramiro Muniz, no-show, 2 cases. Sasha Nicole Reyes as a no-show. Okay, then that takes us to page 2. Megan Renee Maishagel, 3 cases as a no-show. Kiana Esmeralda Santos, 2 cases as a no-show. Jordan Robert Wing, no-show. Jay Hilliard Melton, no-show. Leticia Gonzalez, 2 cases, no-show. Rick Zuniga, 2 cases, no-show. Ishmael Posada Lugo as a no-show, 3 cases.
John, your head's gone, John. There it is. His head disappeared.
That happens from time to time.
That's crazy. It's going
I'll
on.
lose my head quite often.
Yeah, your head just falls off your shoulders. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Judge.
Okay, page 3, Taylor Hudson, no show. Juan Oscar Alvarado as a no-show, 3 cases. Jacob Ryan Hood as a no-show. Isabella Ann Hernandez as a no-show. Jarvion Marquis Williams, 2 cases as a no-show. Daniel Alvarado, 2 cases as a no-show. Alvarado Ramirez, 3 cases as a no-show. Arthur J. Twist as a no-show. Jesus Garcia Sanchez, 2 cases as a no-show. Then we go to page 4. Adam Armendez Lawson, 3 cases as a no-show. Jessica H. Flores, 3 cases as a no-show. Then down to Amber Dawn Jonas Kirk, 2 cases as a no-show. Viviana Bellino, no-show. Shalina Marcel Ramirez as a no-show. Rosa Maria Roca Carabel as a no-show. Okay, page 5. Joseph Milton Burkholder, 3 cases as a no-show. And we got a question on Mr. Custodio. Erica Lorraine Pineda as a no-show.
She is a reset.
Who is a reset?
Erica Pineda.
Reset,
She
okay,
requested a reset this morning.
okay.
Oh, here we are.
Christopher Velasquez as a no-show. Jesus Maria Villarreal, 2 cases as a no-show. And that's it. Okay, is that 794, Mr. Custodio?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Custodio, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
What page again?
that's a good one.
Page
I think 5. Okay, I'm gonna send you and our prosecutor into a breakout room, so just get tight real quick. We're gonna send y'all in. It'll ask you to accept the breakout room. Just one moment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Clarissa, I will be right back.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see, we're waiting for Mr. Custodio.
Yes, he should be back in a couple seconds. Oh, there he is.
There he is. Okay, good. Okay, Mr. Mead, any resolution?
Well, Your Honor, we didn't do much. Mr. Custodio, I believe, just wants to plead either guilty or no contest.
Okay, but he had some explanation that he wanted to talk to you. I'm sure y'all discussed that.
No, we didn't talk about that.
Well, that's the reason he wanted to visit with you, because he thought that there was some
Underlying
reason to
issue or-
dismiss the case.
Well, I'll go back and talk to him about that. We never discussed that. Mr. Custodio,
Well,
do you
Mr.
want to talk?
Custodio, is that my understanding, sir? Mr. Custodio?
Okay, who am I listening to now?
Yeah, this is
Yes.
Judge Morales. Okay,
Okay.
my understanding, sir, that you wanted to talk to the prosecutor for possibly dismissal of your case?
Yeah, that's what the judge told me. He said to
Right,
do that
okay,
because
stand by.
there's some what do you call it?
Okay, he's
Okay,
gonna,
I'll
we're
speak to
gonna
the
send,
prosecutor. I'm standing
we're gonna
by.
send you, okay, we're gonna send you in there and you need to tell him what the underlying issue is that you wanted to speak to the
Okay,
judge about.
will
Okay,
do.
all right.
Clarissa, can we go off of YouTube for a second?